Hello, this is Mr. X Designs and Creations. I'm gonna make a light tutorial about the shoulders of cable. If you have the toy-based version, you're gonna have already your shoulders, but the Hasbro, the last version, didn't have any shoulders, and even when it's accurate according to the comic, I think it looks very nice. But even when it looks very nice, I think Cable really needs his shoulders to show the tough guy he really is. So I was trying to make this with some resin, but with some epoxy clay. But epoxy clay it's pretty hard once it gets dry, and it was going to scratch the figure. Mm, I bought this Iron Fist a couple days ago, and I realized it came up with the dormammus chest, and I thought it might be nice right here. How did I do that? It's a pretty easy task. You just have to cut. It has some fangs here. You can use an X-Acto knife or a small cutter like these ones. Children ask for advice and the help of your parents because this plastic is pretty hard, and when you are trying to cut it, perhaps you get cut off too. So let's start. We have to cut the neck. The neck, the original neck, it's like a vampire neck. It's pretty high. So first mark your curve, then cut it off. Once you have cut it off, then you have to cut off. There's this little gap here. That gap here is going to be very important because that's the one that it's going to help you to keep it on the. Oops, sorry, but I'm doing it with one hand. That's gonna help you with this. That's gonna fix right there. Once you have cut off the fangs, the neck, and you have settled the piece over there, then you have to sandpaper inside the shoulders. You have to sandpaper all this. You have to. I suggest you use a 220 sandpaper, um, and it's not that hard. It's just about 5 minutes of rubbing, and then it will fix. After you have it done, then you go on with your epoxy clay. With the epoxy clay, we're gonna make, well, as you may see, this already have it has like 45 minutes already, so it's starting to get hard. You have to make a rectangle. You have something like that. Then start making. This is a very small example, but make a rectangle, and then use your X-Acto knife and start making some stripes like this one. This is a pretty light example, but just try to be a little more accurate. And then you have your shells. After that, you have to make these ones. I choose this one, but you can choose I don't know, bullets or cartridge, perhaps, I don't know. Once you have done the other ones, you have to do this like make little barrels, and you have to put one by one. When the epoxy clay is fresh, it's really sticky, so you won't have that problem. Once it gets dry, it's going to be pretty hard. After that, just make a long stripe, very long one. Just do this, and it will become the strap. You have to make this one. It's pretty easy as well. Just make a little square and cut it. Once you cut it, you stick it down, and with your very same exact knife, you can make the shape you want. Right now, this is dry enough to stop me from doing it, but well, that's it. After you have done that, then you are gonna, I'm sorry, my hands are pretty dirty right now because I just finished doing this. After doing it, you have to use a primer. There's one brand I use. It's Rust Oleum. It's you can find it in Home Depot. It's about $10 a bottle. So you have to spray it. Once you spray it, there are three colors. There is black, white, and gray. It depends on what you're trying to do. For this case, I choose black, and it can be shown here. There's the black. Once you have sprayed it, perhaps you're gonna notice that it doesn't dry at all, and it's because it remains a little tacky, like it would be a little fresh. That's a normal thing because that tacking, it's gonna make the paint stick. So leave it pass overnight and I don't know, spray it. I don't know, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and by the next morning it's gonna be ready to go. Consider if you live in a cold place or hot place. Basically, you can ask for some advice at Home Depot about how long it is going to take to get good enough to be painted. So once it's ready, you start with your brush. You have to make some dry brushing. Start with the lightest color. I use those acrylic paints. The first layer, it was brown and some white, and I start adding it black on each layer. At least use 3 layers to get the right texture, the right color. This is browns and this is black and white. That means grays. So it's some gray and some white. For those who have shoulders, you have noticed that there's a really nice path here that to avoid it, to get you some blisters on your neck. Basically, this is what I do. I did this part as if it were a shoulder, football shoulder. And after the browns and the grays, then you start painting these guys. I made shotgun shells, so it had to be red and silver for the caps, and these are some kind of shotgun, really tough shotgun. The straps, you have to do it as well with some brown and some dry brushing with a little dark color, and basically that's it. That's the way you get your shoulders for Cable. I really like it because Cable without his shoulders, it's cool, but it's not him. I don't know. It's not. He doesn't look that tough without his shoulders. There you go. I hope you like it. If you had any questions or comments, feel free to do it. I will be glad to answer your questions. As well, I make some dioramas. Perhaps I'll make a review of some of them later on. I hope you like it, and I really hope you enjoy your Cable with shoulders. Just with a buff piece from Dormammus. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you like it, please just a thumbs up, and I will be uploading some more videos. I hope you like them. Goodbye.